The Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Abubakar III, has lamented the hardship being faced by Nigerians, noting that hunger was killing the people more than the dreaded disease in town. The monarch said this in Abuja on Thursday during the Nigeria Interreligious Council meeting attended by the Secretary to Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa. Speaking on the theme of the Pali, "Together we can grow peace for the nation," the Sultan warned that no individual or religion will be spared should the country be torn apart. He stated, "There's a very serious virus that is killing people much higher than coronavirus. That virus is hunger. There is hunger virus and it is very serious. You need to go round the country, into the villages, into the towns, and see how people are really struggling to survive." The Sultan, who is the co-chairman of NIREC, instead insisted that there was no such as persecution of Christians in Nigeria as alleged by the Christian Association of Nigeria and other Christian bodies, noting that Nigerian Muslims were equally killed in large numbers by terrorists and bandits, stating that every life was sacred. Abubakar, who is the President General of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, urged aggrieved parties denied right to build mosques or churches in some locations as the case may be, to approach relevant authorities to solve the problem rather than attribute such actions to persecution. He said, "For me, there is no persecution of anybody in this country because if you say there is persecution of Christians, there is also persecution of Muslims, but that will not solve the problem." Abubakar knocked the Khan leadership, stressing that there was unity and commitment to address the nation's challenges when Cardinal John Onayekon was the president of the Christian body. The Khan president and co-chairman of NIREC, Reverend Sam Ayokunle, stressed the need for Nigerians to retrace their steps back to God if the issues bedeviling the country must be solved. Represented by the President's Organization African Instituted Church, Napo Emuche, he said the way out is for us to go back to contrition. We have to change from a life of sin to righteousness. So let's come back to God in contrition. If we forsake wickedness in its entirety, our nation will be saved. The SGF, in its remarks, cautioned religious leaders to desist from propagating narratives capable of plunging the nation into a major crisis that would further tear the country apart. So, guys, we've heard from different people talking, based on what they experience, based on what they believe, based on what they want the people to know. Of course, everybody is entitled to his opinion. Those who are saying things are going this direction and those who are saying no, it's not going this direction, they all have their rights and they all know what they are talking about. Like me, in my opinion, I think this issue of a persecution or what have you is something that those who are clamoring, who are shouting about it, they know what they are talking about. For the fact that the Sultan is trying to say, oh, the thing is, it's both sides, that both people who are practicing different religions or these two major religions in the country that are passing through the same thing. But if you decide not to say anything about your people, maybe that is your own. That does not make you right, or that does not make you more matured. But for people, like, because the other time the president was trying to give a statistics of people who are the Muslims, the numbers of people's Muslims who are really affected. If you have the kind of the number of people who are affected, if according to what the president was saying, it's more than the Christians, that means they love it, they are okay with it. Or is it because it is the people who are really perpetrating this evil are practicing the same religion with them? Is that the reason why they are not coming out? Maybe that could be the reason why they are not saying anything. But if we have just little numbers of people who are affected from the Christian foes and they are shouting on top of their roof because they want that kind of a thing to stop, they cherish their people. To me, if you are not talking, if you are not saying anything, maybe you love what is happening or you don't care about your people. Even if it's only one person, the people who are shouting, you think they are shouting on top of their roof, they cherish their people and they don't like what is happening, and that's why they are voicing it out. If you decide to keep quiet, it is your choice. It is your choice, because if really you don't want you want people to believe that it is not affecting Christians alone, then you when it happens, let us hear your own version, or let us hear your own point of view. Because if you don't say anything, it's assumed that you love what is happening, or you are condoning what is happening, or you are supporting what is happening. Those who decide to shout, leave them, let them shout. That is to tell you that they have human feelings. That is to tell you they have human feelings and they don't like what is happening. If you decide not to say anything, from your own end, good and fine. But not you castigating people who are talking about what they feel or what they are experiencing. No, you can't say that, because that is what they are seeing. And that is what they have been experiencing from different quarters. And again, coming back to saying there is hunger in the land, because he has a right to his own opinion. Some people will still come and tell you that no, there is no hunger in the land, because I could remember the minister of Agric was saying that we have enough food. That was the time he said that about 3 months ago. That was last year, that Nigerians are not. The hunger is not the problem of Nigerians, because we have a food in surplus. You are seeing it from that perspective. But those who want to argue it, who want to hide under truth, who are really economical with the truth, will not still accept what the Sultan is saying, that even there's more thing killing Nigerians more than the coronavirus that everybody is running scatter for. Hunger in the land. He's asking them, go into the street, go to every nook and crannies of this country. You will see what is happening. And that is exactly what is happening. That is exactly what is happening. Now, they want to make it seem as if, oh, there's nothing, that has been troubling the people, that the people are really, challenged with. That because people are talking about this new disease in town, but the one that has been ravaging people, that has been dealing with people right from time immemorial, they are not putting effort on that. And that is hunger, which is right. So what is the government doing? And like I said, some who are really supporters of this government, they will still come and tell him that, no, 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 you are not saying the right thing. There is food, the surplus of food. They will even tell you that those who are hungry are lazy people. That is how they are going to tell it. They will tell you, oh, people are giving testimonies that since this administration came on board, they've been experiencing plenty. They will still tell you like that. The reason why we are not moving forward in this country is because of a sentiment and how will I put it? And I don't know. And all manner of sentiments. Let me just put it that way. People don't want to say the truth. People don't want to accept the truth. That is why we are where we are today, because people are still praising those who are still putting them in this kind of condition that we found ourselves. They still want to praise them. It's very, very unfortunate. It's very, very, very unfortunate. Yes, there is hunger in the land. There is hunger in the land, which is more deadlier. It's more deadlier than this koro thing that we are shouting. Koro. It's more than that. So, let's hear what people are saying concerning what the Sultan said. Someone says, God punish all corrupt leaders in our country. I love you, so be careful what to tell Buhari and his administrators. They can plot your dethronement. Thank you very much, sir. At least you have said something that suits my heart. Don't worry. From the look of things, very soon the hungry masses will turn against the leaders and start dealing with them one after another. I am having that feeling already. Everybody is not happy. People are not happy. Even the other ranks soldiers are more angrier. I pray things should not go out of hands. Oh. Let the presidency go and remove him because he said the truth. Okay. Sultan of Sokoto had begun attacks on federal government. Maybe he should soon be deposed. Killing the northern part of Nigeria, not all Nigerians. That's what somebody is saying. Someone say, all Nigerians, are you blind? Check out last regime and now you can compare the two. What happened to the last regime? Eh? And someone says, are you sure that hunger killed more people than this Koro? But do you agree that your Goro Haram or Boko Haram and Fulani Esme killed people more than hunger and Koro virus? Because it is the poor that hunger kill mostly, but this Boko and Esme kill both poor and rich, old and young. Which one is more deadlier, hunger, Koro, or Boko and Fulani Esme. Say the truth and let the devil be put to shame. But why have you not be crying for God's help? As a king, you must tell your people truth to come back to one and only lovely and true God that wants everybody to live in peace and stop the killing and stop the killings, for it will never take them to no place except a fire. To be sincere, hunger virus is worse than any other disease. Look at them blaming the president. If I may ask, is it the president that is the president of Nigeria, the governor and chairman? See, if you are wise enough, you will know that the governor and the chairman, or is it local government chairman, are the problem, because all of them, have been given their monthly allocation, but they all fail to key into the federal government's policies, and all these religious leaders are not exonerated, because how can you preach of killing of souls as God's rightful war? How can you preach that to marry many wives is legitimate, then they marry and bring about many children that governments can't control, but you are there blaming the government of the day? May God forgive you all for lack of knowledge. That is the way this person is seeing it. And where did he blame the president? Someone is asking. This is true. Sultan of Sokoto has nailed on the right head. So another says, His Eminence Sokoto, Sultan of Sokoto, if you are not lying, Muhammad, they will come after you. What are you preaching, hunger or persecution? Don't use one truth to cover the other. But for you and your family, are you sure there is no hunger? That is the question someone is putting to Sultan of Sokoto. So, guys, let us hear your opinion concerning what the Sultan of Sokoto has said. He said many things which you really heard. So, leave your comments below and let's have your take.